as a country, our first level of marketing is to have a package called Uganda. And that is the package we must then sell. How do you sell it? We must buy airtime in our bigger markets, whether we are on their TVs in different languages, sell, put that information, and tell our people to sell Uganda. Now, the same thing applies with safety. Uganda is one of the safest countries to visit in the world. Safest. So, but when there is a bad incident, the whole world is informed by Ugandans that it is so terrible. There is an incident in the park, and it's all over. One time, there was a death of lions in Queen Elizabeth. I think the people from wildlife will remember. Were there 6 lions? 10. And it was all over the internet. And Ugandans were saturating it. So if the tourist has been told that you have beautiful lions climbing, then the next day he sees 10 lions have been killed, and it's all over the world, will they come? They will not come. So we need to manage information relating to what we offer and how safe Uganda is. Short of that, we shall just have remain a second place of choice. It is the responsibility of government to do the primary level marketing of Uganda. When there is a bad travel advisory, the government must be proactively explaining and talking about there are travel advisories we are suffering because of an incident that happened 3 years ago. And Foreign Affairs and everybody in government must do negotiation. You have to go and talk about the numbers. If we had an incident in Queen Elizabeth and we lost tourists, engage the government, tell them how safe Uganda is. Without doing that, the countries where our tourists come from, insurance companies are not able to provide insurance, and we end up having to struggle to attract players. There are countries which I visited 6 years ago where I cannot go because war broke down, government overthrown. Those who overthrow the government, they cannot lead. It's a failed state. So, on the other hand, as a political player, you Ugandans, I'm telling you, having peace and security, we must guard it jealously. Even when we disagree, we must make sure that security is the #1 thing that we must guard for us who are in this business. Because when there is a breakdown of law, tribal conflicts, fights, people will not come to Uganda. Everybody in government should work towards promoting this. This target of numbers cannot be achieved if it's not cascaded to different departments. The person in immigration must be given a target. He must have been measured on tourists so that when they are issuing visas and they are delaying, there is a consequence about it. Why should someone is coming to spend $5,000, is applying for a visa of 100 shillings, $50, and then the system is down, they cannot board a plane. I have seen it myself where my tourists have had to divert to Kenya because they cannot board. Even with Uganda Airlines flying direct to London. A few days ago, we were meeting the diaspora, our NRM chapter diaspora from across the world because we had a delegates conference. And this is something they raised when we met them. It's a constant pain. Your per capita is below 1,500 as a country. Someone is walking in to spend a week and leave $4,000. And you are delaying or even wasting his time trying to collect $50. What is the logic?
I know access to finance has been an issue that many platforms have tried to solve. I know we've had many programs tailored to women, but I think it could be done much better. With the help of government, we would like public and private sector to work together in that if you put up a tourism fund specifically catering for women in tourism, make sure the women are also included in the implementation program. Because once we are not included in the implementation program, we do not know who this money goes to. The program is out there, everybody's excited, women in tourism have money, but if you don't include us, it goes to no use. And it's very important. Why I put a focus on women is naturally women are the incubators of new ideas. And with tourism right now, just to echo what Honorable said, we cannot stay in the same way of saying, oh, we are all going to sell safaris, everybody is having a trip to the national park. We must come up with other ideas in leisure tourism and maybe adventure tourism as well, which I have seen many people come up with innovative ideas, but they are hampered by not having access to finance. Access to finance, like having maybe affordable interest rates. And then we've had several grants go out before, and these grants are tailored to bettering people's businesses, especially those who come up with new ideas, who are innovative, and the women are more innovative, I think we would all agree. But because you don't work closely with the private sector, then it's hard for you to know who is the right person to access this grant.
Over the past 3 decades, Uganda has made significant strides in achieving peace, stability, and sustainable socio-economic growth. These gains have provided a strong foundation for us to market our country as the Pearl of Africa, a land of natural beauty, cultural diversity, and unmatched hospitality. You have heard on some global scale that Ugandans are the happiest people. And some of us ignore that. But that is something other countries would sell around, that attracting people to come and interact with very happy people. And indeed, Ugandans are very happy people and hospitable people. But sometimes we concentrate on negative energy and we leave out the positive energy that we have. So that you are here and you are talking tourism and you are talking with one voice, I would like to appeal to you to love your country and ensure you send out every positive energy that is in this country. That is the only way you are going to earn from tourism. I know my friend from security said the taxes are high. Yeah, the taxes are high, but the stakes are also high. So you should always make sure you balance, make more money, and give government its share. That's the most important thing. Last year we got, government gave us 2 big loans. One from Exim Bank, around $200 million, to expand the national backbone infrastructure, the internet backbone. And right now we are in only 56 districts, but now we have money to reach all the 144 districts. So you should be assured of high-speed internet in the next 1 year, because we have already started. We also got money from World Bank, around $150 US, to now do the last mile connectivity. Because the national backbone is just like a highway, but we need to distribute the network. And because we are now engineering the parish development model, which is actually systems driven, We want internet to reach every parish, and we have that money now, and that's what we are embarking on. I can see my colleague here is laughing, but in 1 year, that one will be done. And then we have also made research. We have found out that the more people are hooked on internet, the less the cost. Because so far, we have managed to reduce the cost of internet from $70 per megabyte per second to $35 per megabyte per second in only 1 year. And that one is because we are providing cheap and high-speed internet. But we are still limited to institutions. And we left the private sector to go to the public. But now that we have our own fiber, we shall even go to the public through Uganda Telecommunication Company Limited. Right now, we have started installing Wi-Fi at hotspots. We have just been only at the airport, but I think even here, the warden, I'm going to send an interview here so that we can, they are here already, but now want to give you Wi-Fi, at least free for about 2 years, so that we can, I think Mr. Leaz at the Rwenzori Marathon saw it. Rwenzori Marathon had free Wi-Fi. But the issue is, are we utilizing that Wi-Fi very well? If you go to Ethiopian airport, Bole, there is free Wi-Fi. But before you access it, you are forced to watch a 30 seconds video, whether you like it or not. If you don't watch it, you will not access free Wi-Fi. Oh yes, and it is showcasing Ethiopia, its culture, its conservation areas, and by the time you have watched that, you can even take a decision. And then after that, that's when they allow you to use what? Wi-Fi. And I have already talked when Kasese and we talked with Uganda Tourism Board. It now has new management, very vibrant management. I told them now, this Wi-Fi is offered by NITAU. For you, you are in marketing and promoting of Uganda. Can you now make also a syndicate that everywhere we are putting free Wi-Fi, someone must be forced to watch some 30 seconds of what? Of Uganda. And that's what we are going to do. So unless we do that, we shan't promote our country. When we were proposing where we are going to take internet, where we are going to build mass, it was war. They were asking us whether animals need telephones, whether animals need what? Internet. And you would look at an MP asking you, you are taking, there is no internet in Chira. Why are you taking internet to the national park? Do animals need internet? Animals don't need the internet. But the people coming to see the animals need internet. That's the only way they can be attracted to Uganda. You have seen tourists being murdered. You have seen tourists being attacked. We want to get alerts. If a tourist is being attacked, he might be with a war guide, with even a gun, but that one can also be overrun. But can that tourist send an alert to UWA headquarters or to the national park headquarters, and immediately we send rescue what? Services. If you are on the Rwenzori Mountain, which is one of the most beautiful places, and that's where I come from, that's why I'm short. Because if you are tall, your center of gravity is high. You will get problems with oxygen. So for us, we are naturally short to fit in the what? The environment. So don't tell me why I'm short. It's because I come from a place where being told is a disadvantage. Now, if you are up at the Rwenzori Mountains, it's a very, one of the most challenging adventure is going to the Rwenzori Mountains, not even Kilimanjaro. Now, if you get a problem there, how can you be rescued? Technology. You have seen Nyegenye, you have heard about Nyegenye. And everybody was fighting Nyegenye. Let those who want to go and watch Nyegenye go. For you moralists, leave them. Why do you go there? If you don't want to see naked people, why do you go there? Leave those ones who want to go naked, go. And those ones who want to remain decent, you can go to Kakande's what? Church. As simple as that. Simple. I think some of you have been at beaches. One time I was at a beach, and someone was completely naked, not even a bikini, and I looked at, is this Karamoja or what? But it was in the US. I thought I was back to Karamoja, but it was in the what? In the US. But if they tell you, if you go to this beach, this is what you will see. If you go to this one, this is what you will see. If you go to this, why do you go to a section which you don't like? I mean, I fail to understand. So, for us, we shall promote whatever we have. Why don't you send photos of lions fighting? Because that's what tourists want. They don't want to see human beings what? Fighting. Because they have seen it in Europe, in America, even themselves they fight. But they have never seen a lion what? Fighting. The warden was asking me whether I've ever come here. I say, I used to come here when I was young. But my children come here nearly once a month. But me, I grew up with animals in their natural habitation. I come from one of the places, Queen Elizabeth National Park, is the only national park in the world where human beings interact with the animals free of charge. Freely. Freely. The lion even sleeps in your veranda and you are comfortable because you know it will do nothing to you. But I think if for you, the lion sleeps in your, you come from Rowero, I think for 1 month you will never enter that what? That house. But for me, a lion sleeps on my veranda. Leopard can even climb my house, and I look at it and I say, brother, when you are through, you can go back where you sleep. So that one is why I don't come to the zoo. Because in the zoo, animals are stressed. Well, that is a joke. They have also created natural environment in the zoo that you can come and do what? And watch. But I'm telling you, it is so interesting to really go. Some of you don't know even where Makijoni Falls is. You don't know even where Chidepo is, and yet you are Ugandans. Please do a bit of tourism. Tourists are not only people with white skin. Black people can also become what? Tourists. Like I'm telling you, I've been hosting over 30,000 people in Kasese town. They were all tourists from 34 countries. And you see people very happy. Sports tourism is one thing that now has caught up fire.